This engine problem can cost you $40, or it can cost you $4,000, and your check engine light stays off the whole time. That little light only watches a narrow list of emission sensors. Everything else, it is blind to. Your dashboard can be perfectly calm while a real problem quietly destroys your engine underneath it. So here are 7 engine problems that never trigger a check engine light, what each one feels and sounds like, what it costs, and exactly how to catch it yourself. Number 4. Fails completely silent until the day it does not. Stay for number 6 because that one can total your engine with zero warning at all. Number 1. Low engine oil level, before it gets low enough to matter to a sensor. Your engine has an oil pressure sensor, not an oil level sensor. It only screams when pressure actually drops, which usually means the oil is already dangerously low, not just a quart down. So you can run for weeks, sometimes months, a quart or even 2 below full, with your oil doing a noticeably worse job of protecting your engine, and absolutely nothing lighting up on your dashboard to warn you. Low oil means more friction, more heat, and faster wear on every moving part inside. And if it ever gets low enough for the pump to suck air even for a few seconds, you can score a bearing or a cylinder wall permanently. That kind of damage does not announce itself the day it happens either. It just quietly shortens the life of your engine by tens of thousands of miles, and you will never be able to point to the exact moment it occurred. Here is the part nobody tells you. Modern engines actually burn a little oil between changes as normal operation. So if you never check the dipstick yourself, you have zero idea where your level actually sits until it is already a problem. What do? Pull your dipstick once a month on level ground, engine off for a few minutes. It costs you 90 seconds, and it is the single cheapest insurance your engine will ever get. And while you are down there, look at the color and smell it too, because oil that has gone dark and thin or smells faintly burnt is telling you something a dipstick level alone never will. Number 2. Worn or cracked engine mounts, the rubber blocks that hold your engine in place. There is no sensor anywhere in your car that watches these, because from the computer's perspective, the engine is still running fine, making the right power, hitting the right RPM. But you can feel it. A noticeably rougher idle that shakes through the whole cabin, a clunk when you shift into drive or reverse, or a knock you feel through the floor when you accelerate hard. That is the engine physically moving more than it should inside the bay, because the rubber that is supposed to isolate its vibration and hold it steady has cracked or collapsed. Left alone, a badly failed mount lets the engine rock hard enough to stress the exhaust, the wiring harness, and even the accessory belt, turning a couple $100 mount into a much bigger bill. In the worst cases, enough movement can crack a nearby bracket or chafe through a wiring harness entirely. And now you are chasing an intermittent electrical fault that has nothing obviously to do with the rubber mount that actually caused it. What do? With the car in park and the parking brake on, have someone rev the engine gently while you watch under the hood. Excessive rocking, more than a small amount of normal movement, means a mount is done, and no dashboard light is ever coming to tell you that. You can also just sit in the driver's seat at a stoplight and pay attention to how much the whole cabin trembles at idle compared to how it felt when the car was newer, since that gradual change is often the very first clue. Number 3. A slow coolant leak from a weeping hose, gasket, or water pump seal. Your temperature gauge only reacts once your engine is actually running hot, and a slow leak can drip for weeks while your coolant level drops gradually enough that the system still holds enough pressure to keep running normal, right up until it suddenly does not. There is no warning light for, quote, your coolant is quietly disappearing. You just get a completely normal temperature gauge every single day until the day it is not. And by then, you may already be looking at a warped head. The classic sign is a faint, sweet smell, especially after the car has been parked a while, or a small, damp patch or crusty white or pink residue under the engine. Sometimes the only tell is that you find yourself adding coolant every few weeks and quietly assuming that is just normal, when a properly sealed cooling system should barely need a top-up between service intervals at all. What do? Check your coolant reservoir level cold once a month and glance under the car after it has been parked overnight. If the level keeps dropping with no visible external puddle, get it pressure tested before it becomes an overheat. Because pressure testing a healthy-looking system is the cheapest hour you will ever spend on this engine. A quick trick in the meantime is to mark the coolant level on the side of the reservoir with a permanent pen, so any drop over the following week is impossible to miss instead of relying on memory. Number 4. A timing chain that is stretched and started to wear in the earliest stage before it actually skips. This is the one that fails completely silent until the day it does not. A worn chain does not trip a code at all in its early life, because the computer only catches it once the stretch is severe enough to throw the cam and crank timing out of correlation. And by that point, you are usually already hearing it. The early warning is a rattling noise on cold start that lasts a second or two before quieting down as oil pressure builds. And it is very easy to write off as, quote, "It always does that." But that rattle is metal chain slapping against its guides because it has stretched past its intended length, and it only gets worse from there. If it stretches far enough to jump a tooth on the sprocket, the timing goes wrong all at once, and on a huge number of modern engines, that means bent valves the instant it happens, turning a rattle you ignored into a full engine-out repair. There is no gradual middle ground with this one. The chain either holds correct timing or it does not, which is exactly why the early rattle is the only warning you will ever get before everything changes in a single revolution. What do you do? If you hear a rattle specifically on a cold start that fades as the engine warms, do not shrug it off. Get the chain and its tensioner inspected before it decides the timing for you. Pay close attention to whether the rattle only happens on the very first start of the day, since a chain that has enough slack to rattle only when the oil has fully drained back down overnight is exactly the pattern of early stretch mechanics look for. Number 5. A worn serpentine belt before it is bad enough to squeal. Everyone waits for the loud screech, but a belt can be significantly degraded, glazed, and cracking on the inside grooves long before it makes enough noise to notice while driving. There is no sensor watching belt condition at all. The computer only finds out something is wrong once the belt has already slipped enough to undercharge the battery or fails outright. And by then, you may lose power steering and your water pump drive at the same time, on a highway with zero warning. That combination is worse than it sounds, because the moment that belt lets go, you often lose your charging system too. So the very same failure that costs you steering assist can also be quietly draining the battery you would need to restart once you pull over. The visual tell is cracking across the ribs, or a shiny glazed look instead of a matte rubber texture. What do? Once a month, with the engine off, look at the belt directly and flex a section between two fingers to check for cracking. It takes 30 seconds and it catches a $50 part before it strands you. If you have a flashlight handy, angle it across the belt while you flex it, because glazing shows up as a shine that plain daylight can hide, especially on a belt tucked deep in a tight engine bay. Number 6. A head gasket that has developed a tiny internal seep long before it fails outright. This is the one that can total your engine with zero warning at all. A head gasket does not have to blow open dramatically to cause damage. It can develop a microscopic internal leak that lets a small amount of combustion pressure sneak into the cooling system, or lets a small amount of coolant sneak into a cylinder. And in the early stages, this can happen without ever tripping a code, without an overheat, and without a visible external leak anywhere. The subtle signs are a slightly sweet smell from the exhaust, small white smoke on a cold start that clears quickly, or coolant that needs topping up more often than it should with no puddle anywhere. Every one of those symptoms is easy to explain away individually, which is exactly why this one is so dangerous. You blame the smell on a hot day, the smoke on a cold morning, and the coolant on your own imagination. And each explanation sounds perfectly reasonable right up until you add all three together. Left alone, that microscopic seep gets worse, contaminates your oil, and can eventually cause a catastrophic overheat with essentially no warning at all. What do? If you notice any combination of a sweet exhaust smell, occasional cold start white smoke, or coolant that mysteriously runs low, get a cooling system pressure test and a combustion leak test specifically, and mention the symptoms up front rather than just asking for a general inspection, since a technician who knows exactly what to look for will catch this far faster than one working from scratch. Both are cheap, and both catch this months before it becomes a replaced engine. One extra clue worth watching for is milky, frothy residue on the underside of your oil filler cap, since that pale coffee with cream look is a classic sign coolant is finding its way into the oil long before anything else confirms it. Number 7. Carbon buildup on the intake valves, especially on modern direct injection engines. Older engines sprayed fuel through the intake valves, which kept them relatively clean as a side effect. Direct injection sprays fuel straight into the cylinder instead, so nothing ever washes over the back of those valves, and carbon slowly bakes onto them, mile after mile, for years. Because this builds up so gradually, your computer's fuel trims quietly adapt to compensate, which means it can climb to a genuinely significant level before anything even resembles a code. What you actually feel is a slow loss of power and smoothness that is so gradual you adjust to it without noticing. A slight hesitation off the line, or a rough idle that develops so slowly you assumed it was always like that. Some owners even chase a phantom misfire for months, replacing spark plugs and coils that were never the actual problem, simply because nobody thought to look at what was choking the airflow further up the intake in the first place. What do? If your direct injection engine has 30,000 miles or more, and you cannot remember the last time anyone even mentioned carbon, ask a shop specifically about an intake valve inspection or a walnut blasting cleaning, because this is one problem your dashboard will never bring up on its own. A rough, informal test is to pay attention to whether the engine hesitates specifically on a light throttle from a stop, since that particular kind of stumble, more than a hard acceleration miss, is often the earliest tell of valves that are starting to choke down airflow. So there are your 7. Low oil that never gets low enough for a sensor? Worn engine mounts nobody watches. A slow coolant leak your gauge cannot see. A stretching timing chain rattling quietly. A degrading belt with zero sensor coverage. A microscopic head gasket seep. And carbon buildup your computer just quietly adapts around. Notice the thread running through every single one? Your check engine light was never designed to be a complete health monitor for your engine. It is a narrow emissions watchdog, and everything outside that narrow lane is on you to catch, with your own eyes, your own nose, and 30 seconds of attention now and then. That is genuinely good news, because every one of these 7 is catchable in your own driveway, for free, before it becomes a real bill. None of these checks require a scan tool, a lift, or any real mechanical skill. They require exactly what your dashboard cannot offer you, which is a few minutes of your own attention on a regular basis. Catch them early, and you are looking at a dipstick check, a belt flex test, a pressure test, the kind of Saturday morning fixes that barely interrupt your day. Ignore them because the dashboard stayed quiet, and you are looking at a bent valve, a blown head gasket, or an engine that just does not turn over one morning. The kind of repair bill that interrupts a lot more than your Saturday. So tell me in the comments, which of these have you actually caught yourself before it ever threw a code? And do subscribe, because the cheapest repair you will ever make is the one your dashboard never had to warn you about.